Basically, they give you a bunch of instructions on safety, and I think a reasonable man is going to be concerned about his safety and take reasonable precautions. And we'll cover that as we go on. Okay, the first thing is place the casters on, and so you're going to use some 4 casters, and it gives you the numbers of the hex screws that are going to be used, actually bolts. Number 23. Okay, so you look on this page right here, and it tells you the numbers of the parts. I briefly looked at it to make sure that the parts were here. Looks like they are. We'll see. Okay, first of all, let's break open these casters. Use some sort of knife to open the bag. I open my bags with a knife like this because it makes a nice clean cut, and then if I have to tape it later to take everything back and take them back to the original seller, then I can. Okay. Basically put these casters on. And number 23 is the M6 by 10. So you find the M6 by bag of screws, and these look like smaller ones. Also in here, in this one, it looks like that there may be some M6s in here. That's a metric system, and that's approximately 6 millimeters. So I'll cut that open like that. Your casters are going to have 4 of these holes. So 8 and 8, 16. So you're going to need 16 bolts. Okay, for these casters, I did find some M6s, but they're like this, and they have square drive, multi-drive on the end of them, which will work with a Phillips screwdriver or square drive. So these will work. So you're going to have to put the casters under here. Another thing I was concerned about is that these holes are not for M6. These, are not for M8, which were these bolts here. But these will not work. These are M6 holes. And another thing was that I was hoping I would not have to use these M8 bolts because they are for other parts. Also, if you take this, put it in how the instructions say, it's too long, and it will not allow the caster to turn. Okay. So the best thing to do is take your bench Move your caster under here. Well, maybe that won't work either. Well, we'll put it up like this. I got a metric tape measure. It's very handy to have it because these are all in millimeters. All right, this is the bolt you're going to need next. It's about 15 millimeter, 16, something like that. According to the book, it's M8 by 16. And now you're going to attach this support. Okay, according to this, you attach it to the edge. So we're going to have to take this base plate, turn it around, and attach it here. Now this, they have threaded holes ready for these bolts. Okay, then you're going to have to select your socket. Okay. Always remember to put your bolts in lightly before you cinch everything down. Don't just cinch it down all right at the beginning. I have this attachment. 3/8 drive, 1/4 inch hex drive on the other end. They have the bare minimum of threads coming through here, so just be careful you don't strip it. Take your 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch drive, tighten down. So that's all that. All right, now let's see where we're at. So we got that attached. We're on this picture right here. Step 2. We already attached the casters on step 1. So here's where we're at. We already covered this, attached this support and attach it to the base plate. The second one is right here. See if I can get a better picture of it. Alright, there it is, step 3. That was the other collector support. And now we're on letter D, step 4. These pictures are kind of sketchy also because they're extremely dark. So we're on step 4. Now we're going to attach the fan housing, number 38. And it's attached to the motor and the motor base, number 5, as a single unit. So we'll see how that goes. Secure the motor base to the base plate using 6 hex bolts, number 6, and 6 washers and 6 nuts. So we're going to come over here to our base. And attach this. This motor is extremely heavy. It's cast iron. Alright, now we are ready for this figure 4, step 5. Set the packing on top of the rectangular opening on the fan housing, 38. Set the outlet on top of the fan housing and packing. See figure 4. Slide washer 16 onto hex screws 15. So I have to look up that. And here at the back you have all of these numbers that are the part numbers. So 16 and 15, the washers are M6 20 by 20, and the hex screws are M6 1.0 by 20 mil. So we'll have to find those. And I believe that they are right here. We'll measure them. And yes, they are 20 mil. So that's these right here. We're going to put this housing on top of the packing, they call it. It's a rubber gasket. Here's the rubber gasket. I think since this has a lip around here, I think it's better to take the gasket and put it in there like that. And then put it up here.